I'm realizing that as I'm listening to my own videos, I'm realizing the necessity of what I'm doing. Especially knowing that there'll be a time when I won't be able to do this. So when I listen to these perps, right, doing what they're supposed to do, maintaining the protocol of creating these nasty manipulations and creating false memories and create a version of memories. As I said, finding out that manipulation of memories was something they were doing even in the 60s. Sorry, even maybe before that. It's understanding that today it's something else. Now, I don't know, the perps assignment is to get you to accept these manipulations. And as my mind is manipulated, it's becoming like logic is no longer part of, it's just not, it's their logic. They're controlling my brain to a level that is hard to believe. So, for example, something they just do, and the reason why you see this level, the reality check that they need to have, that I'm not letting them escape from. You see this picture, right? This picture it shows one, the issue of pedophilia in this agency. So you understand these people who are like, quote unquote saying, oh, we're looking for pedophiles. These people are the pedos, right? They have issues with pedophilia. This is truly an issue. There's no need to manipulate. There's no need to quote unquote map, which is the BS story to basically we manipulate. There's no thing, oh no, it was you when you were a child. This reality. There is a problem with pedophilia in agencies that are in charge of this program, right? DOD, DARPA, CIA, and all that, all right? So you understand, first of all, how embarrassing it is to try to convince you that, no, you are the pedo. Listen to us. We telling you, us who have renowned to be using the pedophilia type of torture. You see that picture. It's Mariana talking about the pedophilia type of torture. And in the picture, you see almost all target individuals are forced to see child porn in their mind. And this, you see Jackie. All of these people, you've heard them talk. So they want you to somehow listen to them, who are renowned to do this pedophilia type of torture, capable to manipulate your mind in every ways, including your memories. Your brain is completely manipulated, as you're going to hear this. They have the ability to change your thoughts, to make you think in every ways, to create imagination and thoughts the way they want you to experience it. And be like, no, we're mining. We're trying to find out what, we'll do some. No, they search on what they can manipulate. Their job right now, they call it being a war. It's not being a war. It's just a job. They're sitting somewhere looking at what they can manipulate. Oh, let me make it seem this to be this. Oh, this. One thing I've said before in my memories, anytime there's children, in my memories, they're going to try to implant a stimulation, something that wasn't there at the time. As I said, they can manipulate your memories. Right now, as I say that, some perp, right? Some contracted shit. Some contracted trash is making noise, campaign, bam. That's supposed to intimidate you. I'm supposed to be intimidated. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh no. Whatever just went in my head is true because he slammed this door. That's what he's assigned to do. This is how they are assigned to force somebody to accept this falsified reality, memories. So what they've done is continuously look at where is their child. This movie, this thing. So right now what they're doing, in the last video I was talking about this documentary. This documentary I loved. By the way, I used to love to watch documentary, all kind of documentary on HBO. All the time I used to watch that. It was one of my favorite things to watch. Now I don't watch them because if there's children, they're going to do nasty things. Nasty, disturbing things. And there was this documentary about this kid in New York City. It was, she was like, I don't know, like 7 or something like that. Very smart, very charming, like very charismatic little girl. It was very endearing. And she was going through the city. She was talking about her family, and she was so smart for her age. Very endearing. It was a great documentary. Now, why they bring that up? I've watched many documentaries, but why are they bringing that up? It's because there's this kid. And so, okay, let's change it to something else. Now I remember watching and smiling like, oh, those are adorable. That's so endearing. She's so like, oh, like it's such a good documentary. And seeing this kid that's so smart at that age, so like, aware of what's going on. She was talking about her parents, how her parents had to pound something there. They had to do this. And like, she's only 7 years old and she knows all these things. Now, I'm saying it like that. And it is something endearing. Now, you understand these people whose sole job is to make you accept these nasty pedophilia things that they do to you are going to do something to that. Of course. Now, they've changed my thoughts about this. The memories change in certain ways. They put some nasty stimulation. Oh, you attract some nasty things. Oh, disgusting. Turned it into something sexual, which is turning into pedophilia things. Turn into something disgusting. The endearing portion has turned into something weird. And they're like, no, but remember what you did as a kid. I was like, what? And to add to this, they then tried to, because I was living with, at the time, was my coworker, who was a perp, right? I just realized, I realized now what he was doing. All along, I was like, what is wrong with this guy? He was acting weird. He would come and just check on my room sometimes, looking around. I could hear him whisper when we go out to like nightclubs. I could see him just looking at me and whispering, smiling to somebody else we were going out with. So I know he was involved with something. I didn't know what. It's like something's fishy about this guy. And we were together in the living room watching, and I'm like, just like my hand on my chin, just looking at it. Just, oh yeah, that's so, that's such a good documentary. Oh, like I was like, it was like I was finding this endearing. And I remember seeing him. He was looking at it too. Just really like, oh my gosh, he was staring at this like, oh, and he's like, oh, she's charming. It's like, yeah, she's very charming and very smart. And as I'm saying that, they stimulate my private area to create a false memory. This is the disturbing things I have to deal with. Because what they're trying to do is rewrite this memory into something else. And now to even make me subscribe to it, it's like, oh, we were telling him that you're looking at it and you're turned on, or it's turning something sexual. I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's true, because I don't know why, if that's why I don't know that part. I don't care. But regardless of whatever you guys would tell me, him, or if that was true or not, we're talking to people who are renowned to do the pedophilia type of torture. We're talking about people who do this pedophilia. We're talking about people who torture women and children. We're talking about people who create false personas. So if that's true that you were telling him that, it's coming from people like you guys who do this pedophilia things. So of course, if you tell them, you could tell them anything. Like, they think that I look at them as people that truly are trying to analyze me, that they're trying to figure me out. No, they're trying to manipulate me. They try to create a false reality. They try to slander me. That is what they do. Can you imagine the people who in the program that is torturing women and children, renowned for the pedophilia type of torture, are saying, no, we're just mining. We're not doing anything. That's true. After analyzing, this is what we saw. No, you are truly manipulating even the memory. And you're not going to convince me this trashy reality that's created by using somebody who I know was a perp now. So of course, if you told him, I don't know, I don't care, but I know how I felt, and I know this thing was something endearing. Non-disturbing sexually, none of the sexual disturbingness that you implant, none of these nasty manipulations, ways I was able to look at kids without getting these nasty things that you make me have now. Now it's just try to change it, but I understand why you're doing that. Your job is to paint me in something that I'm not. And this moment is a moment that you can change, manipulate, and create a new version of it. Like many other memories you have. So, as I wrapped up this thing, I want you to remember, who are those people telling me that they are analyzing, mining, researching what they do? And ask yourself, what do you think these people are going to do? What kind of story you think that they're going to make up? What kind of BS you think they're going to make up? They're going to falsify memories. They're going to falsify reality. They're going to create their storylines the way they want to. Now, I don't care if this roommate at the time was being told this and that. I don't even know if it's true. But I can tell you that I know this now is manipulating to disgusting ways. I will never even try to look at this documentary anymore, knowing that it's going to be turned into some nasty, disgusting things. I could never even think about it. But at the time, being me, those kind of documentary, I love watching these things. such endearing, but now this thing is turning into something disgusting, and I can never watch this thing. Now they do these things, they torture me. It's like, oh, now you're gonna hurt. Yeah, you want to torture me into accepting. I'll never. Yes, I'll hurt. From people who torture children and hurt children. I understand. I know what you guys are. So to all my target individual, listen to who is telling you who you are.
It has been all about survival, literally, just trying to keep myself alive to get me to the day when I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams. And also often see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of images and videos when I close my eyes.
All targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds.
Trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's...
Now, you hear this, right? You see that there is a pattern of using pedophilia as a way to break people down. Now, can you imagine if these people were saying, oh, we're just mining. Oh, no, we're researching. Oh, we're matching. We're analyzing. Oh, no, we're telling him. Do you understand they have a systematic way of painting people in these disgusting ways, or forcing people to experience these disgusting manipulations? Now, I know me. I know that they manipulate memories. I know that I know that this is not what I experience, but I know that is what they're forcing me to experience now. And so my memories are now being changed in a way so they can create this way of painting me as something else. So I recognize when they create something falsified, and then they try to even use other people and the way they were reacting or the way they look. Like I don't know that, first of all, this person is a person. And I know this is if you're saying that you said this something to him, this is the people who do this pedophilia type of torture. They're still under the impression that I think that of these people, I was like, they're sure they try to figure you out. No, oh my gosh. This is a program where they destroy and torment the target. Once you're put in this program, which I was already in the program, even though I didn't know that was the program, they are meant to break you down. So whatever these people say, I'm not going to subscribe to what they told me, they say to somebody. I know what I experienced, and I know that you are trying to change even that. You got to understand these people are trash. And you hear this bottom feeder tell me, try to agitate me and disorient you so you can subscribe to it. You know how many times while I was making this video, they'll tell me, you're going to get raped. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. They're going to hurt you. They're not saying that to warn me of that. They're saying that so I'm disoriented and even identifying with these things, because they're like, you see, because this is going to happen. That makes sense. No, you're saying that because you know I'm not subscribing to it, and I know that this shows how obvious you guys do this, the disgusting pedophilia type of torture. I did not come up with this word pedophilia type of torture. You just heard it from Mariana. Pedophilia type of torture. Literally. And yes, we are in the same program. You guys are doing the same things that you're doing to Mariana and to other women. It's systematically to almost all target individuals are forced to have this kind of tormenting. Now, do they manipulate the memories? Of course. This manipulation of memories, they've been working on it since so long ago. 60s, they were already saying that they were able to manipulate the memories using different drugs and different tactics. Now you tell me now, in 2023, after decades and decades and decades and who knows, maybe millions of subjects being tortured and tormented, do you know the level of control in memories they have with the technology is unbelievable. But listen, this man, all the way, because this is a global thing, like this person said that before me. This is global. There's this person who says things before I say it to disorient me. But this is what this technology, that's the sophistication of this technology. Like she said before I said it, this program is global. So you hear this guy from Lithuania is part of this 100 testimonials from all around the world talking about the program. He says this, listen.
In your psyche. From what I have experienced, they are able to impose any information on the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts, and images in imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain, they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. This is
So hopefully it was clear enough, but he says that not only they're able to manipulate his stream of thoughts, his imagination, but they can implant information and bring it back up as if it's memory. Now, this is not randomly said. I've known that things were happening to my memories that weren't accurate. But when you know that, and you know what these people have, what they have in their agenda, they're gonna try to find what can they manipulate. Any places, as I said before, with my memories, they look, where is a child? Okay, oh, there's a child. Okay, there's a child there. Let's create a memory of something else. Change the memory of that. Manipulate that memories. Okay, find ways, create some mental battles, try to make him subscribe to this new version of the memory, with these different perceptions of this memory, with this different narration of this memory, add some stimulations, and then this turns into something else. Now, I will never experience this memory anymore the same way. But I would always know that once in the past was a memory when none of this was happening, but now it's happening. And now I could not even think about even thinking about this. It's just they will start stimulating me and doing some nasty things, and they will start honking, making noise campaign to make me subscribe to these things. But listen to how reality tends to come back. Once you try to escape reality will come and knock and come to you. For example, I know in the reality that I'm in a program where people will do the nastiest things to you, and they are very pedophilia centric. I was put in this program by my old employer. This employer put me in this program so to basically get rid of me. Now I know I'm in a reality where people all around you are trying to make you subscribe to a false narrative, are using directed energy around you, and they're going to do some foul things to you because I'm a target individual, and they want you to subscribe to this nasty pedophilia persona. They're going to falsify your memories. They're going to falsify your thoughts. They're going to create false dreams. They're going to create disturbing stimulations. They're going to all of that. And this most likely they're going to frame me. They're most likely going to, just in every situation I'm going to be, it's going to be a situation where they're going to disturb me. They disturb me. So, but the reality they're trying to escape is this. When it comes to actual pedophilia, real world, not fictional, not creations, not storylines, this is what they have to block out.
This is so disturbing. At a symposium in 2016, Daniel Payne, a top Pentagon security official, said that when workers' computers were examined, the amount of child porn I see is just unbelievable. Is this something that is happening for whatever reason with more frequency in our intelligence agencies? Or is this something that is more pervasive in the general population than I originally realized? I mean, what's going on here? This is so bizarre. Remember, it's so evil.
Ali, we're told, and when I was put through recruitment into the intel community, you're put through polygraphs, you're put through a rigorous selection process. Why aren't these people weeded out? Why are so many pedophiles allowed to be given top-level security clearance. Remember, these aren't just people walking in off the street and saying, hey, can I get hired? Can I get a job? You're put through an extremely rigorous background check screening process. It's called an SSBI, single scope background investigation. There are people, they interview you, they interview your family, they interview your contacts, they go through your online footprint, they go through everything. So why is it that when they're going through these footprints, they're not checking, these digital footprints, they're not checking for so many pedophiles getting through their ranks? If it were up to me, you need to go into Congress, and Congress needs to launch a brand new church committee, number one, to talk about domestic surveillance operations, but number two, to ask the question, why are there so many pedophiles sitting behind those computer screens within the walls of Langley, within the Pentagon, and throughout the broader intelligence community?
Such a lack of fearing any sort of accountability. For crying out loud, while on assignment, 1,400? You must have not been doing any job.
Well, even if you had to look at it to make sure you knew what it was, don't you just need to look at one?
Right.
You're like, I better check the other 1,399 just to be safe.
Yes, I better check the other 1,300 labeled tax things.
Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
And the guy with the 6-year-old? Twice.
Yeah,
Twice with the 6-year-old.
Ugh. So and here's the scariest part, out of the 10 instances that are described in the report, only one person was ever charged with anything.
Yeah.
With anything. Comment below. Do you guys know this story? This should be catnip for the media, right? Think about it. You've got this lewd behavior. You've got corruption at the highest levels of government, right? Aaron Brockovich, something about fake tits and tap water.
Yeah.
The CIA, raping children and sexually assaulting children, and they're not being prosecuted? Where are you? Where are you?
Sexual contact. This is one employee of the CIA had sexual contact with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. He was simply fired. One employee purchased sexually explicit videos of young girls filmed by their mothers. He resigned. One employee estimated that he had viewed up to 1,400 sexually abusive images of children while on agency assignments. Not sure what actions, if any, were taken by him. One contractor arranged for sex with an undercover FBI agent. I think that you mentioned that. Posing as a child, he had his contract revoked. One CIA staffer was charged with child sexual crimes, and the employee was also under investigation for mishandling classified.
So, you understand the reality. This is what they escape. And as they try to paint me in this fashion, manipulate memories, create this version of the memories, create this narration, make me subscribe to this in every way they've tried to do it. Obviously, I know they're falsifying the way I experienced that memory. Now they even try to use somebody else who has nothing to do with me to try to make me subscribe to it, but to this false version. And on top of that, the person is a perp. So to all my target individual, reality will come back. I know my videos will not stop what's going to happen to me, but this is the reason why I'm making these videos. They want to escape into a reality they put together, this falsified, they created. But you have to see them for what they are. You know, I am super thankful for all the testimonials and testimonials and what people talked about it. And because now when they do these things, I see them for what they are. Can you imagine them try to create a story and you see them now for what they are? It's like, oh, you guys who do this, you guys, you who are doing this right now for your pedophilia type of torture, they try to paint themselves as this like regular people. You guys are, this is what you do to people, including children and women, and you have a systematic and manipulative protocol which consists of pedophilia, when in reality you guys are actual pedos. So they're trying to make me imagine these people like no matter, they are under the impression that I think that people who are coming up with these orchestrations of tactics, or I don't know if it's a word, but coming up with these tactics and orchestrating are just like monster looking. No, there are people very intellectual, have created this outline of breaking people down that is very systematic. You as a target individual, you have to recognize it. No matter how this person looks, they're making me think of this. Like, there is nothing. You got to understand, we're talking about intelligence community from all the DOD, DARPA, the almost intellectuals are involved in this. And they want you to subscribe to these things. I know who I am, and I know they want me to subscribe to this. You know what they're doing right now? They're making me imagine somebody looking at me a certain way, as if I don't know that means nothing to me. Somebody that looks at me like that, he's involved in this intelligence community. How does he look like at the women that are being tortured and forced to have this pedophilia type of tormenting? You understand? You look at them all nice, obviously. So do not subscribe to this. These people are actually the pedophiles. They want you to subscribe to this pedophilia type of torture. You hear the honking, all kind of ways. This is supposed to be validating. Delusional trash. So these pedophiles, filled with pedophilia, pedos, you hear them torturing, not even torturing, downloading child porn on their government devices. You know, when this actually, when FBI is actually trying to look for pedophiles the actual way, guess who they catch? They catch a freaking CIA agent. And this is the people, and then of course they can't do nothing with that. They work together. While they have to try to create a false narration of a memory and turn it into some disturbing stimulations. Something that is so endearing and try to turn into something. The people who are renowned to do the pedophilia type of torture. To all my target individuals, do not subscribe to this. This shows how obvious these people have been using the pedophilia type of torture. They're now trying to figure who you are. They know who you are. They try to change you into something else. And they've been changing the way you experience your memories, your thoughts, your everything. And try to get you to subscribe to this. That you see, we have proof there. You see how you looked at this video, you know how you were watching this documentary. You saw how the other person looked at you. Like, what? You mean the perp? No, we proved it. To all my target individuals, do not subscribe to any of that, and stay strong. And I just had to add this portion, as they want me to subscribe to this false memory, right? They want me to subscribe to it, but obviously I'm not. I know these many memories now manipulated to experience disturbing stimulations. They're making me experience what I'm experiencing today and implanting in that memory. Like I said, they've done that many times. But you understand this is what they do. There's nothing new to my targeting that they haven't done to others. But now they try to say, no, you felt that way. Oh, and I heard this perp literally say, oh, you're cured now? Oh, you were cured? As in, like, because they say these pedophilia things that I'm experiencing today is what I used to experience when I was a child, which is it's delusional. So they're saying, no, that's what you experience. This memory is a true memory when you watch this documentary because as a child, remember this. They are delusional, they are trash, and they try to but remember what you did as a kid. I'm like, what? Do you think I'm going to subscribe to this? With all the validation I have. Of course I know it's how you manipulate my memories. What I did as a kid is what a kid is capable of doing, but I know you guys don't know that, and you guys are supposed to be winning. It's not winning, it's sad. You can just override my thoughts in any ways you want. And so you want me to experience this new version of the memory and accept it, which of course I'm not, because I know it's falsified. You're now making me experience the nasty stimulation that you make me experience today toward that memory. Once again, like I said many times, since 2020, I've been saying, 2020, I made a video about how they changed memories by adding new versions of it. Editing these memories by implanting stimulations, perceptions, and narrations. In 2020, it's damn near 3 years now. So you hear this trash trying to be condescending with their gaslighting methods. Using this, obviously, the spectrum soldier, they send them when it comes to like the most embarrassing portion, because this is not a memory I'm going to like I will never subscribe to it. Now I know I'm going to experience that memory in this way. There's nothing I can do that, but I'll know this falsified. And they now tell me how they're going to frame me, which is supposed to make me subscribe to this, how they're going to torture me, which is supposed to make me subscribe to this false memory, how they're going to castrate me, which is supposed to make me subscribe to this memory, how they're going to beat me, which is going to be, which is supposed to make me subscribe to this false memory, how they're supposed to stab me, which is supposed to make me subscribe to this false memory. You understand? All tactics to make you accept these false memories. Because these people are renowned with their pedophilia type of torture. They force people to experience pedophilia ways of thinking, and they want to see where can they put this thing. Me, I know it's falsified. Now, every time I think of that memory, stimulations, as always, that's what they do. You gotta know, see them for what they are. A bunch of low-life pedophiles at this point. Well, let me just be more technical. They are contracted by the government to implement these disturbing manipulations, which consist also manipulating your memories. This is what they do. And they're like, oh, yeah, oh, so disgusting. It's so and giving me stimulation sensations. Are disturbing. So disturbing. Giving me what they make me experience today. It's nasty, but that's what they do. You hear the sirens and all the different ways they try to brainwash you into accepting this. This is all like things they do, this stimulant they try to make you, they use to make you accept these false memories. You forced me to have this disturbing stimulation today. This is what you guys do. Now, to validate yourself, you actually manipulate the memories to make me experience the same things in my memory. Do you know that? Everybody knows that. They tell me how I'm going to be tattooed. All these things, it's just like theater. Those theater, right, these tortures are supposed to be torture that is supposed to validate them. But it's theater. It's the things they try to say to make me, the things that they're going to make me experience as if it's going to make them real. Like if this falsification is going to be now not being a falsifying version of memory. Whatever is going to happen to me, please understand that I've never subscribed to this false memory, and I will never subscribe to this persona you've created with these nasty stimulations. Now, I understand this is what you guys do. You've been humiliated by people who have nothing to do with me. While you are trying to make me subscribe to this pedophilia thing, you find out there's a bunch of pedos in these agencies. This is why there's so much pedophilia in these agencies. While you frame me, I'm just showing you what the reality is. You can't even say Roy Moore, an actual pedophile, and you are here trying to make me subscribe to this disturbing version of the memory. Out of this great documentary that was endearing, that was wholesome, to turn into something nasty and turn into some pedophilia things, and then you hear this trash outside. Oh, you cured now? Literally, this sound, that's the type of voices they use. You hear the noise campaign from the bikers trying to intimidate you into this pedophilia, knowing that they well know that these people are filled with pedophiles in this agency and been torturing children and do the pedophilia type of torture. So, to all target individuals, there's a dignity in this death. I'm telling you. There's actually dignity in this death.